Welcome and happy holidays, fellow fans of Clash of Clans. It is your host, Galadon, and today I have set out to create the most comprehensive Clash of Clans Clashmas Christmas Tree holiday gift guide, presents breakdown, and well, you name it, we are going to cover it in today's episode. How to make a better base, how to get more Christmas trees, how to get more presents, and the most prolific present presenter in the entire game Clash of Clans. Okay, so if you would, please get a chance and leave a like on the video. That does help out a great deal. Also, if you get a chance and you haven't already, please do click the subscribe button and turn on notifications down there on the bottom right. I've got more holiday themed videos coming your way soon. Now, speaking of holidays, I am out there with many of my accounts trying to gift other players Santa spell gifts because they are leaving those presents behind, which can be converted to 5,000 elixir each, or you can try to leave them on your base forever if you can avoid touching any of them. Now, obviously, lots of players care about their obstacles. Some care about specific obstacles more than others. I personally care about, you guessed it, using code Galadon. Now, hey, before you get upset, remember that 50% of all of the used code Galadon funds are being sent to charities like battered women's shelters for children, cancer research, wounded warriors, and pet charities as well. So thank you guys for doing the right thing, and I appreciate you using code Galadon every time before you make any purchase in any Supercell game. But okay, let's get on to the generosity that I am trying to show others, and that is by giving out as many Santa spell presents as I possibly can. It's called Santa's Surprise, and remember that because that is going to become key a little bit later. Now, I am trying to specifically find players that care about their obstacles and have moved them. You can see like this arrangement right here. Obviously, somebody has spent a lot of gems on shovels. Now, I don't endorse the spending of gems on shovels, but those of you that may have done it at some point, or maybe you're just getting them from clan games, great, and I'm going to get in there and reward you because you've kept your Christmas trees over several years. I'm going to give you presents, and well, we'll just see how long you can keep those presents. Now, the reason I say that is because Santa surprise presents will disappear if you click on one. Okay, no matter how many are on your base, if you click on just one of them, they will all be collected at the same moment. So yes, much sadness can happen if you are careless and you're trying to keep those presents for posterity. Now, also, you saw that right there, we used the seasonal troop, the Ice Wizard, which it's not quite as OP as I'd kind of hoped, but I guess we all know that by now. It's not like it's new to the game. Okay, let's move on and talk about trees before we come back to presents. And I wanted to show you every single Christmas tree that has ever existed in the game Clash of Clans, starting with the only tree that's not a tree. It's the 2021 Christmas assortment of packages. Okay, fine, it's Christmas tree, whatever. Okay, here is 2020's Christmas tree, and of course, remember, as we go back in time, each of these trees is going to be increasingly rare, and you can obviously tell how long a player has been around based upon what trees he has in his village. Asterisk, and I'll get to that in just a moment. 2019, one of the more simplistic trees, but also I really liked this tree, especially the little snowflake star at the very top. Definitely one of my favorite trees of all. 2018 was a Giga Tesla themed tree. As you can see, it could possibly electrocute you if you touch it. It's got that electric theme to it. Dangerous looking, but maybe not as dark as some of the earlier Christmas trees. We'll get to those in just a moment. The 2017 Christmas tree was stricken by a freeze spell. I think the Christmas tree places call it flocking, and personally, I hate it. I don't know about you guys. Let me know down in the comments if you like the flocked Christmas tree look, that fake snow. I like the real stuff, but I wouldn't want that inside my house. Okay, right next to it in my base is the 2016 Christmas tree, which, although it was just about the peak of Clash of Clans, maybe one of my least favorite trees. That orangish color, not really a fan, but it did kind of match Town Hall 10 at the time. All right, let's move on to one of the darker Christmas trees. The 2015 Christmas tree, wrapped with chains, and it looks like maybe a mace at the top of the tree, a sword left under the tree. So how about a nice little gift there? Speaking of gifts, let's go back to the only year that trees spawned gifts. That is right. In 2014, Christmas trees spawned gifts, and unlike the Santa surprise gifts, you could click on one, and I'm going to click on one for you right here from one of my accounts so you can see There it is, 5,000 elixir. And again, the spawned gifts are different than the Santa's surprise gifts, okay? Don't click on those unless you're after the elixir that they're all holding for you. This is the 2013 tree, the second tree ever in Clash, also kind of a darker theme. And then the very first and the rarest Clash of Clans tree, thanks to this player, Bluey Sky, is it's a cool looking tree. It's simplistic, but one of my favorite. I wish I had it, but I did not start playing until January 2013. What about you? Do you have all 10? If you do, you're one of the very few in the game. Now let's talk about presents. And you may be familiar with Galadon 11.0. This is my nearly impossible, it's impossible to make this account today, Town Hall 11, and my quest to grab as many presents as I possibly can. Turns out, however, I am far from the only person that is focused on trying to receive gifts. In fact, in addition to many players who have bases that are soliciting presents, there are also clans that are soliciting presents, like, well, there's a bunch of clans called Presents to Town Hall because players want their presents by the Town Hall, and it turns out that sometimes it actually works out. And I do have a few key tips to help you get more presents in your village. Okay, now that is going to start, of course, with perhaps belonging to a clan that is called something like Presents to Town Hall. Maybe you could change your player name as well, and I'll get to that in just a moment. This is Oxy, but not the best Oxy, and you'll see what I mean in a couple of minutes when I show you the most prolific presents ever. Let's go right now with Galadon 11.0 and create my very own Christmassy clan in order to try to grab more presents. Now, I had to make, of course, a Christmas colored clan, so we're going to go with the standard red and green. And then what to name the clan, okay? Not Presents to Town Hall, but let's just go with a more simple Presents Please. I'm going to be nice. I'm going to ask players to please drop presents on my base. It's obvious that you can see where to put them, and perhaps maybe if they do, they'll end up in a YouTube video later on this holiday season. The clan right now is open for everyone to join. If you want to join, just understand that the clan is most likely going to be deleted after the holidays. All right, so the clan is there, and yes, I am going to make the 3,500 gem commitment to change the name of Galadon 11.0 to Santa's Surprise. Now, we may change it back, and that's why I say it's 3,500 gems, because it's 1,500 to change over and 2,000 to go back. But this is definitely something that might help me out a little bit when it comes to trying to grab more presents this holiday season. Although I will admit that of all of the things that I do when I raid somebody, I generally am not looking at the player's name. I'm looking at the base layout and maybe the amount of loot that is available, especially if I'm farming. But there is the clan for now. Now, the biggest tip that I could possibly give you for trying to get more gifts dropped on your base is to get out there with your account that you want to receive those gifts on. Go out and look for players that seem to care about their own obstacles in multiplayer. And what I'm talking about is what I mentioned at the beginning of the video as well, players that have kept their special obstacles, and especially players that have used shovels to move those obstacles around, okay? Those are players that are more likely to possibly return the favor. That's right. So you get out there, you drop gifts on them, they see they receive the gifts, and maybe, just maybe, they thank you for your generosity, and they come back and drop, in revenge, gifts on your Town Hall. Now, this is a Town Hall 11, very similar to 11.0, that doesn't have walls, that is nowadays impossible to build. So we went out and we dropped a bunch of Santa surprises in hopes that perhaps Das Tier will come back and revenge me. Also, of course, and this is a big key, make sure that you are logging into your account and removing your shield and your guard as often as possible so that you can get attacked as often as possible, and that will also increase the chances that when a player goes to revenge you, you will be available for said revenge. Okay, so this is my account. There's my log of attacks of all of those Santa spells being dropped, and yes, I would definitely suggest boosting the Spell Factory as well. And yes, hopefully by the end of this holiday season, I will have way more presents than I do right now, and I will report back. However, no matter how well I do in receiving presents this holiday season, I have a feeling that I am never going to get anywhere near Oxy. Oxy, this account right here, I will show you the player tag so you can go in and search for this yourself and see that it actually exists. Because when I first saw the image on Reddit of this village, I did not believe that it was a true village in the game, but it is here right now. And yeah, That, I mean, that's crazy. It is so cool to see. It is definitely one of the most unique villages out there. The only advantage I have with my village is I actually have more real estate space. But how long did this take? How did this happen? Is this even possible? I don't know. This really blew me away. But congrats to Oxy on, okay, I tell you what. I will give away a gold pass in my next live stream to the first person who can accurately tell me how many gifts are in Oxy's village. All right, I've got a gift card for a gold pass. Thank you guys. Also, make sure you stay subscribed for more Christmas themed videos. Check out my Discord server link in the description for linked Christmas bases. Thank you, Galadon, for sticking around all the way to the end of the episode. You know you are the true hashtag Galadon. That's why I love thinking about it, appreciate it, every single one of you. So get out there, make the best for it. See back here, get a more from text. Galadon, the best base ever, is still my Gymbox Christmas tree base. Organically created. No shovels used.